Hello and welcome back to No Man's Sky. Um, we did a couple things. I got kind of, I came home. I wound up running up and down these steps a couple times. I watched a couple videos. I did this, I did that. Nothing made sense to me. Finally, one thing did click. I rewatched the video and I saw this icon here when I had the teleportation cord in my hand. Um, yeah, it goes straight up. Anyway, um, I got it to work. Yay! So now we can go from the ground floor all the way up to the roof with absolutely no issue. This planet has been full of weirdness. Just this area. Um, we have we have things that happen up here that I don't know that happens anywhere else. Um, but I spent an entire night last night just basically standing here. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I didn't tell you about all this yet. um, anyway, let's go down. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. No, let's go down this way. There's a floor here now. This is a second floor. I just wanted to see what it looked like. And if I decided to do it like every other floor all the way up, this last rooftop would have to go up one more floor, right? I think. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Might work. Anyway, I'll put it on the floor. I don't have anything to put on it. Well, actually, I have a lot of stuff I can put on it, but I don't want to put anything anywhere because everything just ruins the view. Um, in fact, I thought about taking out all the windows. I was just like, okay, you know what? Let's just leave the stairs and floors. That's it. Nothing else. No windows. I don't know. That might work. Because, I don't know if I showed you or not. Looking out these windows is cruddy. You get a horrible view. You don't get a view through these windows. That's terrible. What? What's wrong with? Okay, never mind. Okay. Anyway, I decided that I wanted to, since we had critters up here, and there ain't nothing else up here for them to eat except each other. Well, I didn't want to see that, so I put some of this out, right? Um, you know, the creature stuff. The livestock unit where they rub up against or yeah, the critters on this planet lay eggs, and they're huge. They're huge critters, and yeah, they look kind of like a dog humping a pillow to lay their egg. You get it, right? Okay, so this is the feeder. We put out a lot of these. I think we got about 9 of them out total. Yeah, 9 of each. We don't have a lot of critters, but I really didn't expect a lot of critters. The critters we do have are, let me tell you, they're kind of tough. They come up here. God damn it. They come up here, and we're way, way, way up on this big, I don't know, pillar thing. Let's see. We're up on one of those. Yeah, like right up on the top of one of those. Anyway, we got this big living tree here, and I've grown to love this thing. It has hidden all of the wires because apparently when you turn on electric wire free base, it only applies to the building. It doesn't apply to stuff that you have out here in the yard. So this stuff had to be wired. All of it. Every bit of it. Yep. I don't know. It took me maybe 45 minutes. You can tell there was no thought put into this. I just spread it out and put it where the hell ever. The only thought that I did have was the ones that I started up here close to the building, because I put the batteries and the solar panels underneath the building. I never knew batteries were that damn loud. Batteries. Oh my god, it sounded like a freaking 747 taking off. Especially through a hollow building like this. Oh yeah, it was putting out some noise. So yeah, we moved that and I hit it. I came around behind this tree here and I hid the thingy that hides all the cords on your land. You know, on your base. Yeah, sorry. Came over here and I saw this big rock. Well, this rock tends to hide everything from the view of our building, except for like this last group here, I think. And you're not going to see it because of these trees here. I'll show you. And the reason I have this many solar panels and this many batteries is because by noon they're full, all of them. And you know, it's like, okay, everything's just taken care of now, right? All right. Now, there is one side where you can see solar panels. I can't remember which side that was. It might be both, because I did build onto it. Where did you go? Oh, over here. Yeah, there they are. All right. There's the rock that I have everything hidden behind. If you go way out here on the very ledge, let's see. Let's turn this off. We can't see it. We can't see nothing. This side is actually really well hidden. If anything, it's a blue hue, and it just looks natural with the blue plants in the area anyway. This side might be different, but I don't know why anybody would ever be looking back this way from over here. That's blue plants right down there. We are right on the edge. I don't know. You might be able to see something. I don't think so, though. Anyway, I was just trying to hide everything so that, I mean, that's something that, you know, I don't know. You don't want the world to see, but it's kind of hard to hide. And as loud as it is, it's like, okay, well, you can't have everything all the way up here and power it up from up here because, well, quite honestly, it's too damn loud. So you put it out there and you don't hear it. Yep. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Alright, so yep. The view is the view. But this is a really good view. Problem is, this is not the greatest view. How many critters do we have? None. Well, that's about a bitch. I mean, oh, critters! Alright, the only thing I know of to respawn them is to get in this bad boy right here. Fly off and come back. That's our tree of life. But our building is missing. Where the hell is our building? What happened? Alright, I'm gonna fly off again and come back, and by the time I come back, you had better have corrected your shit. I have never been so thrown off in my life. Okay. Let's just go ahead and land. Hey, well, some things we got to keep, apparently. I mean, what's going on? Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. Yeah, because that's like... What? What's going on here? I don't know. It's something that my character doesn't typically do. Most of this building and stuff is not stuff that is typical to my game. So I think, you know, it's waking some parts of my game up that, you know, my building's back now. Good. I don't know, it's waking some parts up of my game that just, you know, hasn't been needed since I started playing, and yeah, it's starting to feel it. It's like, okay. And some of those parts might have issues for a minute. Be alright. And notice, you know, honestly, it's been 2 days, and since we last were here, I haven't had to shoot this stuff up. It hasn't grown back yet, which is good, because, man, it grew back so fast that first time. I don't like this floating icon right here. Hello? Alright, so, damn. Actually, I wanted the critters to be up here. That would have been really, really cool. Because, I don't know. There's one. We have a critter up here. Like I said, I spent pretty much the entire afternoon yesterday just sitting here watching these critters. This took no more than 45 minutes to connect. After I figured out how cords worked and that you had to stay away from them, well, it was game on. I was good. You can't just stand right up next to a machine when you're trying to connect the cords. Your cords will go all over the place. It might go to the back side of the machine. It might go to the front side. You never know. But when you stand back, you can literally pinpoint which outlet you want it to go to. And yeah, well, turns out I'm one of those people who likes to be right up face to face with something. And yeah, I was too close. So yeah, nothing that I was trying to plug in was plugging in. But yeah, I figured it out and we went to town. It wasn't something I meant to do. It was just something that led to where it went. And I hoped, I don't know, that more critters would come up the side of the hill, you know? And they did at first. Let me see. Freighter. We got a lot of stuff, milks, and all of this in just, you know, a couple hours, if that. 45 minutes to a couple hours. Because like I said, I sat here and I listened to a lot of things, like the ships, and they roar in this game. They really do. They roar. You hear them coming, and then they fly up like that roar right there. Yeah, that's the roar. You know the ships are coming. Um, but you don't know exactly from which direction because they do change directions here. I tried to follow. There they go right there. I tried to follow, get some kind of a schedule or something. Nope, there is no schedule for these guys. They go whichever way they go, and they go from all directions. But the funniest part of this is, which is why I really wanted the critters to. Damn it! I wanted the critters to be here. Uh, let's see what our what do we set on out here for the batteries? Oh yeah, let's do this. Okay. And how about the ones in the back? Yeah, they're not far off. I mean, they're using quite a bit of power for all of this, but it's nothing that's not going to be recharged by noon. So, I did try these, and I did the No Man's Sky science thing. I was like, all right, so will one solar panel run this thing? And it would. It ran it all day long, no problem. So I was like, okay, so will one um, solar panel and one battery run this thing? And well, no, it wouldn't. It would, but it wouldn't. The battery just wouldn't charge because the solar panel was putting out more energy to this thing than it was given to the battery to keep. So the battery was always going out, like, I don't know, a couple of minutes after dark. So I was like, okay, so let's add another solar panel. Battery started picking up energy, and oh my god, yep, totally worked. So I figured 2 to 1, and that's pretty much what we wound up with, except I decided, okay, well, let's just go ahead and go with, like, I don't know, 36 of these things to, like, I don't know, what was it, 8 plus 6, so 14. So yeah, they get charged really quick. Um, I don't know. The faster they get charged, the less noise they make. You know, they make a lot of damn noise. And if you don't, when as soon as it starts getting daylight, I'll take you out there. You'll see. I really wanted the critters to be here because that's the weirdest part of this damn planet. It crushes me. Not necessarily coming out here and watching some critter roll up, and hump a thingy, but what they do down here when they, damn it, I feel like I have basically exterminated the entire freaking animal planet here. And I'm sure I haven't. They're just down here trying to get up there, and they don't know how. They didn't spawn up there, so they don't know how to get up. And they do learn. They figure it out over time. And it's really funny to watch. But it takes them a minute to figure out how to get up there. And then by being over here, especially during the day, we'll stand here for a minute And you'll see what I mean when the ships start running again, because at nighttime they stop running. You don't hear them anymore because, well, quite honestly, they're extremely loud. They are. I never realized how loud these things were until we lived way the hell up there. Um, you, I heard you, but they do tend to stop running in mass at a certain time. But I do love the ships, and they come a lot. We also have a lot of um, freighters that fall out, or frigates that fall out of the sky and make their way across the base, and then pew, take off. That's really cool to watch too. Yesterday we had one of those long wing explorers get stuck on the side of the top of the mountain here. Just he sat there for a minute. I ran out there to jump on him and see if I could push him off, and he kind of got out of there before I did. So I wound up coming off the side of the mountain, which is what led me to here, which is where I saw the weirdness of weirdnesses. But I think they learned their lesson while I was here. It's weird for AI to do that fast, but they don't want to go up that hill. And I don't know that I blame them. Every time they come down, they're bloody, but they got to get back up there. Like, I don't know. It's like they're addicted to whatever the hell I've gotten that food, and they got to have it. What in the hell is that? Oh, that's the anomaly. Okay. How you doing? Yeah, I'm calling my own ship. One thing about this planet is daylight does not last very long. Nighttime doesn't last that long either, but the days fly here. I did put this floor in up here on the second floor. Um, I wasn't sure what it would look like. I wanted to see. I left this open, kind of like, I don't know, a weirdness or sort of cathedral or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what to put anywhere, because anywhere you put something, even though the view is horrible in this building, it really is. You're looking out this glass, you're just like, what? I can tell what I see. I'm looking at something. It almost looks pretty or something. Maybe, I don't know. And then you see the water, and you're like, oh my god, look, there's a meteor storm going on out there. And you're like, I gotta get up to the top because I don't want to see the rest until I see what's going on. Right. So we skip it out. The planet's full of everything. Um, Meteor storms. Uh, no real actual storms, which, you know, I don't know. I really didn't want to work that in. I brought you. I brought the freighter in. I've tried to figure out where to put it so that it wouldn't be like, I don't know, every time you look up, there it is. I had it directly over my head, and that worked, but um, it every time the sun went over our heads, it cast a shadow. So yeah, that didn't work. I may put it up further out in space. It doesn't really need to be parked there. No Man's Sky did come out with a new update today again. Wow. I mean, they keep putting stuff out, and it's like, okay, they're not even, it's like you paid a price, and that's it. They just give you free stuff repeatedly. They just looking at this game, they actually seem to love what they do. So yeah, I get it. On the other side of that, the update is concerning colonies and their management and that sort of thing. I have nothing against that. I ran one or two. I think even this character has one. But I don't know. It's just not something I'm all that interested in just yet. Hey, look, this right here wasn't something I was interested in either. So, who knows? A freighter, building a freighter, a couple months ago, nope, wasn't doing it. Put it together. We watched a couple videos, we figured some stuff out, and we put it together. It works. It's functional. We haven't been there in a couple days. We've been busy, right? It'll be all right. Everything that's in it is in it. It ain't going nowhere. I think we still have like 2 expeditions to debrief, but I think they're okay too. They'll be all right. But then again, maybe that will change some things for us, like our critters. We're not getting the critters that I figured we would or should, or were. We were getting a lot of critters. We haven't killed any of them. None of them really die when they fall. Well, damn it, I'm giving it away. We have no critters die. None. Not one. Not a single one. Alright. Let's go to the freighter. Debrief our crew. We're not going to pick the plans. We're not going to do that. Our freighter's full. It's screaming at me. Stop! I'm kidding. It's probably not that full, but sure looked pretty full. It's been a minute since we last flew, huh? So we're like, oh yeah, that's great with me. That's fine. Don't do it again. I get it. Oh, a clash. See, that's why. Okay, see the freighters here. Everybody's still happy. They're all giddy. They're gung ho and everything else. Yo, how you doing? Well, he done got his 3 gyro pumps, 376, 282 units, 213 nanites. I can't read that number, but it's units, and it's probably 260 or something. 321, 942 units, 308, 88 units, 349, 762 units, Magnetize something times 500. Just hurts my eyes to even look at this. Miasmatic metal times 500. Something about a long range scanner at 84% power. Huh, okay. So, do I have to fix something? Is there a ship that needs fixing? Synthetic bark. Yay. Alright. There was one more. It's you. Uh-oh. I like that little sweep around the entire thing, and then when you finish, it puts you right back over on the other side. Yeah. Talk about disorienting. 253, 488 units. 391, 825. Indium 500. 352, 398. Storage augmentation. Yay. We like that stuff. 279, 024. 343, 854. 304, 765. 228, 823. 254, 786. All right. Cool. Okay, so let's go send them back out because I feel wrong just having them sitting here. I don't know. It's like, yeah, no. Okay, so we got 3 2-stars and 2 1-stars. Again, balanced, balanced, balanced. Combat. All right, let's send the combat out first, and then the trade, and then the balanced. Combat. Oh wow, we got a lot of S classes now. We got 5 of them. We're doing good. Exploration. Let's go to the second page. A support ship. I got one of those already. Industrial. And they're gonna need a trade. It's a 3-star against the 2. It's a 3-3. Wait, what? I thought the difficulty was 2. Okay, now it's a 3. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's a 3 against a 3. Bah. Okay then. So we're gonna go. This is a 2-star difficulty rating, right? Okay. Trade. Hey, look. Sometimes I don't see things the way they're supposed to be. Combat ship with 4 trade missions. Oh, hamburger. Okay, you're gonna go. Anybody back here? Oh, look at you. And then we're gonna send, I don't know, it's a 3-star versus a 2-star. And the only reason I did that was to get, well, most of those were higher in trade. It just made more sense. Ghoul holes search. Balanced. Great. Let's hope we have balance left. I got rid of most of that. Industrial. Trade. Combat. Exploration. And support. Yep, 5-star. And that's a B and 3 C's. Oh yeah. Gotta love it. Alright, what do we got left? I'm trying to send out 1 S class with each thing. Alright, what are we working on here? Another balance, yeah, that's right. Industrial, trade, combat, exploration, support. 5-star. Bah. Yo. Another balanced. Well, we got an S class. Support, industrial, trade, combat. Huh. Yeah, that's not really going to build us up too much. Okay, let's go into the exploration part. Yep, 5-star. Thank you. So that first expedition is going to kind of suck, maybe. Um, it was kind of equally matched. Those last 3, though, were 5 stars. We did good. We did all right. So let's. Oh, this is supposed to be a quick update, right? Um, let's see if our critters are actually there. That would be nice, for once. They have been kind of realizing that they should not be up on that hill. So it's like the game's just been letting them spawn somewhere else, around the hill, and they just don't go up the hill anymore. What is that incessant noise? It's you. Okay, so it does take them a few minutes to actually spawn. I don't know. Always been interested to figure out where they spawn from. Do they just come out of nowhere, or do they just come up the side of the hill? As I watched them, I saw them fall off the side of the hill. I saw them climb back up the side of the hill. They don't die or anything from falling off the side of the hill. I stood down here in this little crater watching them, and they ran up the side of the hill. It was kind of funny to watch. In fact, these ships reversed their patterns, and as I stood down here on this crater, they would come up and they would come right over my head and just bump their way all the way up the hill until they could get over the side of the ledge and go that way. I don't know what was going on there, but it's like they learned their lesson when I reset the game. I restarted the computer and that sort of thing. Turns out Google has this, or actually, it's not Google, it's my cable company, I think. Whenever they have an update or something like that, or your internet has changed or updated, for whatever reason, they block Google. It just blocks out. So you have to unplug the modem and plug it back in, and everything works again. No idea what the hell that's about. That's just the way the bullshit works. But apparently, well, look, we got a couple critters. Check them out. And this is where I got to turn on the HUD because, well, that's how we track our critters. And we know, okay, see, they've been fed. And they've laid an egg. So now they're eating again. When they're ready to lay an egg, they usually get a wheat thing over their head. And they head to one of these things here and rub one out. Usually it's an egg. Or some other coolness. You get leopard fruit from some of these critters. Question mark. Oh, look, it's food. I'm eating. Yum. Now I have an egg to go lay. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna lay an egg. Wait, you gotta turn around, bro. Sis. They're exotic sex, so they don't care. Yep, there it goes. Laying the egg. And then they get excited because, they're all fed, they're all, done, and this and that and the other, and they're all good to go. And then they get suicidal and just run off the side of the cliff. I think a lot of it is for me, I can show you. Out here, if I was looking at this, I don't know that I would be able to tell you that this was a drop-off unless, if I was one of these critters, I'd just be like, okay, well, yeah, whoa, right? So down the hill you go. Especially if you're like AI. It's just not going to see that drop-off at first. So, for a little while, it was just literally, they were running down that hill. Kind of like that. Yep. Exactly like that, and right back up they came. See? No harm, no foul. But there are some who go way down, and those guys are my favorites. I like them. I don't know where they're at. They're bashful. They only, I don't know. They live down here in the crater area, and they're kind of glitchy, but they come up here and they're the biggest critters I've ever seen. They're fast too. What the hell's going on with you? You need to lay off the coffee, bro. That critter's going crazy over there. Alright. Alright. I guess, well, whatever he had worked out for him. Oh, yeah. The worst part of this entire planet. The water turns brown at night. So it do kind of look like we're having a flood all the time at night. But usually other things happen that, I don't know, that cause you to forget about that. Kind of like the meteor storms and the birds that get stuck in the corner of your freaking building. Oh my god. The birds just get stuck here. Oh, see, just like that. They get stuck right in the corner. And then they phase out. When they try to go up or down, and if it doesn't work, then they basically reset. Poof, gone. Oh, there they are. There's one of my favorite critters right there. They look kind of like Triceratops, but they're not. They got the horns on them, kind of like a ram or a billy goat, or something like a mountain goat. These guys are pretty badass. Very quick. Bye. What happened? I don't know. Question mark. Plop. Hey, he'll be back. They fall off a lot. Like, all the damn time, and then they just they claw their way back to the top. If they're still if a couple more fall off, I'll show you. I saw you go down there. Are you coming around or are you coming straight up? I guess he came straight up. No, he didn't. Where the hell did you go? guess he's boring a hole through the mountain or something. I don't know. He went his own damn way. Oh, there he goes. Huh. Okay. A lot of times they'll run into the side of the mountain down here, and some of them will try to correct. So when they do, and they find a simple way around this way, they'll go around the hill rather than try to continue to go up. Some of them will come and they'll bump into it, and they'll keep bumping into it until they get right to the top and can continue forward. Then they'll go. The others, they'll hit it, and then I don't know, they'll face straight up, and then they'll figure out how to go over the hill. It's kind of weird to watch, you know, because it's like, I don't know, it's definitely watching AI learn, um, and failing a lot, but trying. I'm looking for more critters. I only see one. One critter. Oh, no, I see two. Three. Three critters. For a while, we had good time of day. A lot of critters up here, like 5 of the big ones. The big guys. Where did he go by the... Oh, yeah, he fell off. That's what they do. They're clumsy. They make their way up here, but they're clumsy as hell. They are. And the other ones are just suicidal. They just run and jump. They're weird. None of them die though, but I've watched them all come down the hill, and they all make it. They get a little bit bloody doing it, but they come down the hill and they're good to go when they're down there. Let's go down here one more time. Is there anything climbing the walls? No. Odd. Nothing's even trying to climb. Oh well. Well. That one might. Maybe they just needed to spawn. I don't know. These aren't the ones that I'm looking for to try to climb. Those are the big ones. This one's trying to go up. This one's getting discouraged trying to watch. They do make it. Some of them do. And it's odd that usually it's the small ones. I mean, when you watch this, you can't look at it like you're watching actual critters trying to get somewhere. I mean, I guess you can in some ways if you're thinking about a mountain goat or something like that, or a ram. But when you watch these guys, they're gonna fail a lot. They are really gonna fail a lot. They're just not good at this yet. These guys kind of gave up, I think. They're out here, they're walking around in circles. They're like, nah, I don't want to go up there. They were the first ones that were going up there, and they had the most success. They got up there really, really quick. Really strong critters. But I think the game cleaned up a lot of its issues, you know, just from me playing in this one area. You know, for a minute, it has, its problems and stuff like that, where you're going to wind up with a lot of goofiness. But over a little bit of time, it's like, okay, well, it normalizes to what's actually reality was. And then sometimes it proves you wrong again. And it's just like, oh yeah, we're back to this. Because right there it is. A critter trying to climb the wall. Like a leech, right? But that's what we're feeding in, and at different times you can find a lot of critters down here at the base, like these, all of them, just trying to figure out how to get up to the top. So it wasn't quite as funny as I don't know, it usually is. There's a lot of stories to be told on this hill. And we've only been here for a couple days. It's turning out to be a really cool base. Hey, look, one of them made it. Where you going, buddy? Don't do it. He did. No, he didn't. He came back. Okay, good. There's a little one here. I don't know, I just find this place a little bit really relaxing, I don't know, and maybe that's just what got me back into the game a little bit. Building the freighter up slightly kind of helped. It was a boost in the right direction as far as getting back into the game. But there are some parts of this game that I don't know, I'm kind of standoffish to. We can run a city and this, that, and the other, but I kind of feel tied down. And even this is feeling a little bit tied down, but I know I can leave it because I have 200 food each one of these feeders, so I know I can leave them for a good while before I even have to return. 196 left in this one. Let's see what they're actually laying for us, if anything. I mean, I have a lot of these things, so, not a whole lot. We don't have a lot of critters, we're on top of a hill. A hill that's incredibly difficult to get to the top of. So we better be getting the alpha eggs, right? You fight to get up here, you better be laying some real dandy eggs. I know they cost a lot. But anyway, it's getting to be daylight. We're seeing some coolness. We're hearing some ships coming around the area. And it seems like the ships try to follow you wherever you are. We have a landing pad, so... But we also have a ship on that landing pad, and I don't know, we could have expanded it, this, that, and the other, but didn't feel a need. Not yet. Still don't. I mean, I don't know that I would, simply because that's more noise, right? I like the sounds of this planet. I like the music of this planet. It's kind of relaxing, so you know, you just leave stuff alone and it'll be all right. I think I've done enough. I've done more than enough. And this is just a little itty bitty speck on this planet. But it's a footprint. Alright, so anyway. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I gotta be at work in the morning. And it's I don't know. Today was my Monday. So yeah, it's gonna be a few days till I get off again. And have a chance to do anything. I just wanted to give you all an update as to what I did over the last day or two. Just because I really didn't have time to stream anything yesterday. Today, I got home a little late, but I wanted to go ahead and get this out there because, I don't know, to me it's kind of important that I remember this when it matters. You son of a bitch, I forgot. They like to push you off the side of the hill. They're playful like that. They fall off usually right after. Yep, he sure did. They fall off usually right after you. They don't mean any harm. They're just aggressively playing. According to their profile, I think is what it said. Yeah, the view up there is not the greatest view. It is a great view. It's not the greatest. You can come down here at ground level and it's just, you know, it's not 360, but it is a gorgeous view. Especially if you like to be like, you know, down next to the ocean or on the land. God, with the glitching, stop it. Alright, we're going back. We're gonna... Okay. That was a little odd. That's not something I'm used to seeing in this game at all, ever. They did come out with that patch today, or that update, so that might have something to do with it in that area. I don't know. But it is totally weird. Okay, so anyway, I will see you guys in a couple days. Hope you enjoyed it. Got to get a little bit of a view of what's been going on and what I might do in the future if I have time. I don't know that I will. I probably won't. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next one.